Hey, Coach Crossman, good morning, and congrats on the promotion to assistant head coach this season. I wanted to ask about one of the specialists in the room this year, Michael Palardy. What can you tell us about the newcomer?
We've only been here a couple of days, but had a nice career going in Carolina, and then had the injury. Has done some nice things since he's been here. Hopefully, we keep growing, and he's 100% healthy, and he picks up where he left off.
I wanted just to go ahead and follow up real quick on the offseason as a whole. You mentioned being here for a few days. It seems like so many signings you guys bring in or draft picks have so much special teams prowess. Is that kind of a team philosophy in terms of checking guys that can be true four-down players?
Well, yeah, without a doubt. I think you're looking for versatility. They'll define their roles once we progress through the off season, through training camp, through preseason games. But to have some background in all facets of the game is going to help the guys as we go forward.
Hey, it's Adam Beasley here. Some teams would shy away from using a number 6 pick overall in the return game because of fear of injury. What are your thoughts on Jaylen Waddle being a returner? Will he have a chance to compete for that spot?
Well, yeah, he'll have a chance to compete. Those guys will take care of that as we go. We feel good about a lot of guys. It's a good luxury to have multiple guys that have experience and have done good things. So, but I don't think you can have any fear. It's an opportunity to change the game regardless of who's back there. So you're going to put your guys back that give you the best opportunity. And fortunately, I think we have a couple of those.
Hal?
Hi, Danny. I wanted to go back to the Palardy situation for a second, if I could. Of course, Matt Hawk did a good job for you guys over the past couple of years. I'm sure you would agree with that. What are the advantages you see to going to Palardy over Matt?
Well, you don't look at it as advantages or disadvantages. The way the National Football League is designed, you're going to have movement. So when there is movement, you move forward and you have somebody ready to fill that position. So it's not one versus the other. And we were fortunate. We thought Matt did a nice job. We're fortunate and happy to have Michael. So
let me ask you this then. What do you see as Michael's strengths as a punter?
No, I think he's got multiple. He's hit for average, he's hit for net, he can hit directionally, he can hit for hang time. So has a good tool set to do a lot of different things.
Barry?
Hi, good to see you, Coach. I was wondering, Danny, if you and Brian and Josh Boyer have had a discussion about whether you want Javon Holland to be in the mix on returns, or do they want him to focus on defense? If there's a resolution on that, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with us. And also, I wanted your thoughts on Jason being rewarded with an extension after a great year last season.
Well, again, anybody that's got any ability and any skills to be able to be a returner is going to work there. Again, who and how that plays out. Again, we're fortunate. At least I think we're fortunate that we're back to having more of a traditional preseason with preseason games where guys are able to stake claim to positions in game situations. So, those guys will define that, but anybody that's got any skills is always going to work at those positions. And then to your second question, yeah, and you wish and hope for the best for every player. You hope every player is able to reach whatever goals they have, whether it be, individual, team, financial, length of career, whatever it may be. So anytime guys are rewarded for something that they've done and it's something that they want, you're happy for them.
Thank you.
We'll go Joe and then Safid.
Hey, Danny, congratulations on the assistant head coach part of your resume being updated there. Tell me some of the things that go into that maybe aren't so obvious,
I think there's a lot of things, and some of those I won't share, obviously, but Brian and I have a very similar philosophical belief on a lot of things, and some of the things have been going on for a couple of years on during the season and game day, and then some other things that we've added and done some things this off season in terms of some things with the staff. So just very fortunate to be in an organization where, top down, I feel like we see things very similar.
Safin?
Hey, Coach, nice to see you, and thanks for taking the time to do this with us. I know the preseason is so far away, and it's 3 games instead of 4. How do you think that one less game is going to help or hurt your evaluation of guys on the back end of the roster trying to make a spot, particularly on special teams as well?
Right. But again, I think, it's less opportunities. Like I've always said, we'll play by whatever rules they play. We're going to play 17 regular ones and 3 preseason ones. So it's, in terms of that, it's just less opportunity for guys to be able to get out and perform in game situations, because as we love the offseason. It's a great gauge to evaluate the preseason practices and training camp, when you work against other teams, when that happens. All those things are great evaluation tools, but there's nothing better than or more important than what you do in true game situations.
Omar?
Danny, I want to get your opinion now that they've gone to 3 preseason games. Which one becomes the dress rehearsal and which one becomes the throw them out there and see what sticks kind of game?
Yep. You know what? Like anything, Omar, when they change rules, you hear a lot of people are talking about a lot of different things, and those are still decisions that haven't been completely made yet. And I think when you see it, when it comes to that time of year, I think you'll see some teams do things differently. And I think you saw that even, 2 years ago when we still had preseason. Some teams, use the second game, the first game, whether they worked against a team going into a game. So there's a lot of things that go into it. And I'm sure we'll spend a lot of time talking about that when it's closer to that time.